Hello everyone, my name is Shane Mitchum. I'm a pre-sales engineer here at CVision Technologies. Today's demonstration is going to cover how to install PDF Compressor Professional and how to also activate your license. So one of the first things you'll need is your order confirmation email, which I have up on my screen right now. It'll look something similar to this. You'll see that it does contain your order number, both in the subject and in the body of the email right here. Also, you'll see the terms. So this order happens to be for 10 PDF Compressor Professional licenses for 4 million pages per month. You can download the software from this link here, PDF Compressor 6.0. You follow the link, put in the username and password. Also, if you did have an evaluation version installed, you can simply go ahead and activate your license using this activation code. So once you have downloaded the software, simply run the installation. I happen to have copied it to my desktop here. We do have both 64 and 32-bit versions available. That's one thing to keep in mind. If you are processing large format drawings, the 64-bit version might be more applicable to your implementation. So I'm just going to run the 64-bit version here. If you are missing any type of redistributables, it'll actually tell you here any type of other dependencies, whether it be .NET 4.0, it'll tell you here, and simply download and install them. So it's really quick to install these redistributable packages. It takes a few seconds. As you can see, it's already unpacking and extracting the software. So I'm just going to next through these prompts. This is the end user license agreement. Certainly want to read that all the way to the end. Maybe print a copy for your records, and once that's done, just accept it. Then you'll notice here we give you the ability to choose the installation path. It can be installed on the C drive or any other drive that is on the machine. It does not have to be installed on the operating system drive. And it's just going to say we're ready for installation. I'm going to click install. Now, just so that you know, and this is kind of more for administrators, when doing the installation, any user that's going to log in and use the software must have permissions to access whichever directory PDF Compressor was installed in. So if that's C program files, CVision, PDF Compressor, they will need to have read-write access to that folder. As well as we do store some log files and configuration files on C program data CVision. So both program files and program data will need to be accessible by whichever user is going to use the software. Okay, so that installation has finished. And what I will have now, I'm going to run the user interface here. So what's popping up is telling me I have an evaluation license. I can either continue to evaluate the software or activate my purchased license. I'm going to go ahead and continue to evaluate, but should you not want to do that, you can simply click activate and it will pop up a pop-up box and ask you for your activation code. You'll see the same thing in a moment. So this here would be the procedure if you did have the software already pre-installed on your system. I'm going to X out of the quick setup wizard. I'm going to go up here to license and select activate my license. Now what that'll do is pop up and ask me for my activation code. I'm simply going to copy it out of this email and paste it right into to that open window. One thing to note is right here it says if you do not have internet connection, this is how you activate your product. Simply need to take this information and send it to support@cvisiontech.com or the email address here, pdflicense@cvisiontech.com, and the support team will actually cut your license manually and send it over. However, should you follow that track, you will not be able to do automated license transfers. So when you need to install a license on a different machine, you'll have to go through the manual process of doing that with us, which definitely takes a little bit more time. I'm just going to select close there. Because I popped it up, I just have to go right back in to activate my license. I'm going to paste that code in there one more time. And I'm going to select activate. By putting the right code, we'd be able to activate the license. I had a space there in the front of it. Now I hit activate, it will contact our servers. Now sometimes clients have a problem contacting the server due to a firewall restriction. If that is the case, simply contact support at CVistaTech.com and they will send you the ports that need to be open in order to contact our license server. So it's very simple. Once the activation code is activated, you'll see a license installed successfully message. You'll also see on the bottom right hand side this no longer says evaluation, but does show the full compression battery, 4 million pages monthly, and a reserve battery of 1 million. Also, you'll see that there's an activation key that is available. And that wraps up exactly how to install a license. A few more things regarding the license is we do have a utility called the CVistaMonitor. I don't have it launched right now, but I'll launch it. What this CVistaMonitor is it does show you information and status about the license. First off, it shows you your host ID. Now that host ID is a machine ID that's unique to that machine itself. Anytime you would request a license or need a license transfer from support at CVistaTech.com, you would want to definitely reference this number. Next, you'll see license ID. Now this number is unique to each license, helps identify which license is installed. Should you have an expiration date, it will state that here. Shows when the license is installed and the capabilities of that license. So here we have batch, watch folder. I have the ability to use API, OCR, ICR, barcode, and so on. All the technology is enabled here. You'll notice your license key is down here. And you'll also see here we do show you your battery. So if I were to process some pages, you would see used how many ever pages out of the 4 million. A couple other things to know about the CVistaMonitor itself. We do give you the ability to set alerts. So if I go to active alerts, you can set up alerts that will display every time the number of pages falls below, let's say 200,000 depending on your volume. You can set up alerts every 10,000 pages. It'll send an email to a user. We'll get how to set up an email in a second. Also, you'll see here display warning when the percentage of pages selected or is less than the value selected here. So that's kind of nice. It helps you not run out of pages, helps you kind of quantify whether or not you need to upgrade your license to a larger volume. And then also you'll see down here time since last activity. So if you know your machine should be running 24/7, 365, this will actually allow you to monitor, hey, my machine's not processing files, it hasn't processed anything in the last 10 minutes, we need to take a look at it. So I'm going to hit OK here. So in alert notification options, this is where you could display or enable email alerts. Simple, just type in your SMTP information and the email address that you'd like, as well as any type of custom message you would like sent in that email. When the CVistaMonitor is closed by simply selecting X, it will run down here in the taskbar. So that way it can be launched anytime you would like. And that wraps up the demonstration on how to install the product and also covers how to set up alerts using the CVistaMonitor. Thank you very much.